Alrighty, we return here on TYT Sports. That is Denise Jones, who is laughing because I know one country song. I am Rick. This is via Bleacher Report. Let's run through these and then we'll discuss which ones we like the most. Boogie Cousins, it appears, is on the block.
Yeah.
We don't know that for sure. It just appears. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and man, we're smoking right now, literally in Southern California. So here is Bleacher Report's Adam Fromal. I'm sorry if I pronounced your last name incorrectly. I know I pronounced Adam correctly. The Cleveland Cavaliers get Boogie Cousins. The Pelicans get Channing for Iman Shumpert. But the big one is the 2018 first-round pick. This season, Brooklyn Nets, bad team. D'Angelo Russell out for the season. They may have got Jahlil Okafor. It's not going to save them from getting a top 3 or 4 pick. The Milwaukee Bucks would get Boogie Cousins and Omer Asik. Boy, a poison pill of a contract. For Malcolm Brogdon, good player. John Henson, Jabari Parker, Mirza Teletovic. Leave us over 1 second. Brogdon is the only one that I would want.
Right.
Granted, Jabari Parker is in there. You got to show me something. You got to show me you could stay healthy. There's lust there. There's not love yet. Okay, continuing. The Portland Trailblazers would get Boogie. I like this one as well.
Yeah,
because they get Nurkic. Ed Davis is a really, really nice role player. Mo Harkless is okay, but again, the important one attached to Nurkic is the 2018 first-round pick that's lottery protected. And I believe we have 2 more. This is a really interesting trade. The Toronto Raptors would give up my Hoosier, OG Anunoby, Jonas Valanciunas. Check out his thoughts on the Ball brothers going to Lithuania. That's interesting. And the 2019 second-round pick for DeMarcus Cousins. I don't even know if that's enough.
Yeah.
OG's a good player, but I don't know if it's enough. And then lastly, the Washington Wizards would get Boogie. They'd have to give up Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm fine with that. Marcin Gortat, I'm fine with that. And they would give up a top 10 protected pick. Out of all of those, which one do you like?
I'd go with the Blazers. I'd go with the Blazers or the Cavs. I'd go with, and frankly, just because the lottery pick that comes with it is just, there's so much potential.
Yes.
That.
Oh, yes.
And the thing is, like, Boogie's such a great player that wherever he goes, I think he's consistent enough to just like shine individually. Now, will he mesh well with a team? It really depends where he goes. But I feel like with the Blazers, if you add him, even if you add him on the starting lineup, I mean, I think he'll shine really well on the Blazers and on the
Cleveland.
Cavs. Yeah.
Yeah. I like both of those. I think the Blazers is really interesting because I also thought, and we established this a long time ago, that I thought they should trade for Julius Randle. Yeah. Because I think having a young core of inside, outside players, mostly outside if you go 2 out of 3, with Dame and CJ McCollum, and then you add Julius Randle to be your 4 of the future, I'm cool with that. If they want to add Boogie, cool, but you gotta, if I am management, get permission from Dame and CJ and be like, hey, you guys cool with getting him? And if they say no, then you don't.
You would prefer, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you'd prefer to
interrupt
have
away.
Julius over...
No, I'd rather have Boogie.
Boogie? Okay.
I'd rather have Boogie.
I'm glad we clarified. Yeah, that makes more sense.
No, I'm just saying I like them both.
Right.
Like I don't hate one over the other.
No, they're both great players. There's no argument
Boogie's
about
a better player.
Yeah, he is. I cannot.
Come on, don't do this.
I know.
Do not do this with your Lakers fanhood again, all right? Please,
I thought about it, but I knew the argument that was going to come with it, and I knew, like, deep down, I know Boogie's a greater player. He's more consistent, which is why my first statement into this topic was whatever team he goes in, he's going to excel individually, but whether he's going to mix well with the team, it really depends where he goes. But, yeah, with the Blazers and the Cavs, I think, is his best bet.
If you were the Cavs, you would give up the Brooklyn pick to get Boogie?
Yeah, because they would not only get... yeah.
I'm just looking up his contract because I want to know. And
he would be getting what's his name? Tiana's guy, Shumpert.
DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent after this year, so you're pretty. Iman Shumpert. Who's Shumpert? That's fantastic.
Excuse the accent, guys.
So Boogie's a free agent after this year, so you're getting a rental. Man, I don't know if I could give it up unless you have clarity that LeBron is going to stay. Then you try to re-sign Boogie, which we don't think that he is, unless management is like, hey, why don't you take my job and I'll just take a step back, which is probably what's happening. But LeBron, we have no reason to believe it.
Yeah, he's gone.
I agree. I think he's leaving too. That's why you don't give up the Brooklyn pick unless you know that LeBron is staying and Boogie's staying, because you don't want to trade the number 3 probably overall pick for a rental.
Fair. So
Or in the words of Denise Jones.
Facts.
Thank you.
But so yeah, and I mean if you bring it to that point, but even then, regardless, like whether LeBron leaves or stays, personally, I feel like Boogie is just, he's that player that B was talking about that is just like, he comes in angry every freaking game. He comes in so aggressive, where LeBron has that mentality where that, you know, I feel back in the day more than now, where he came out with this like beast mode, angry, everyone hated him, so that even pumped him up even more. Now he's like this 30-something-year-old seasoned man, a little more calm. He's just that player that everyone wants to aspire to be at this point, so he's kind of like, I feel a little more humble. But Boogie's like that throwback LeBron attitude, not performance, attitude. So I feel like he would, whether LeBron, again, leaves or stays, he'd still do well with the chemistry that the Cavs have. But I would like him better with the Blazers with Dame and CJ.
I think so too. Again, if you could keep him long term as well. But the problem I have, lastly, the problem I have is I think LeBron is the perfect mentor. I don't know if there's a mentor to take Boogie under his wing and be like, dude,
you think Boogie would want to be mentored though?
To win?
Of course to win.
First off, to get to the playoffs for the first time. Let's just talk about that.
Okay.
Because he hasn't been. So I think that would be like taking a step back, maturing a little bit, seeing the big stage that he hasn't been able to just even get over the hump of getting into. And then having LeBron take him under his wing and be like, look, man, channel that frustration and use it out on the court, not on the refs, not on opposing players, where you get technical fouls and are a crutch for your team. So let us know your thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe to 2X Sports.